So today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the Creality K2 Plus Combo 3D printer with the CFS filament multicolor system thing. Now I bought this with my own money, so everything I say about this is going to be true. There's no Creality bias in, so we'll see how it goes. It took around 6 months to get. I was the lucky one who got it from the first 100 pre-order sale. You literally had 2 seconds to buy this. You had to use a bit of brain power to figure out how to get this. It's not too difficult, but you still had to come up with a strategy to get it. Anyway, maybe we should start unboxing it and we can cover everything that happened during the wait time for this printer, because I mean, it got delayed like 2 times, which was pretty annoying, considering you were the first 100 people to buy this thing, along with others. But anyway, let's have a look what the top of the box says. So, when you get the printer, on top, you can see there are a bunch of instructions how to unbox this properly. You obviously don't just want to cut it up. I mean, this thing weighs over 50 kilograms. Okay, that's step 1. And now we don't have an instruction. Now we got to remove the 3 pieces of cardboard. So we've got top. We've got these 2 little arrows. If you don't see the arrows, you're probably opening it upside down. We've got this honeycomb piece which you could shoot at with your bow and arrow. Okay, so this whole thing should just come out. Okay. Now step 4 is remove the build plate. Oh, now we've got to remove the whole printer. So we got to put it on the bench. Now, I mean, well done on the packaging. This is pretty solid stuff. I was actually expecting styrofoam, but they seem to have gone with cardboard everywhere, which isn't actually bad because there's less mess with this stuff. I mean, you can see they also use these very thick cardboard corner pieces, which is also very nice. I mean, you could probably build a house out of this if water didn't exist. Okay, that was pretty heavy. If you're looking for an exercise, you should like buy one of these every time and lift it. Anyway, printer is so big, I can't really fit it in one frame. I'd have to place the camera like a few meters away. Oh, look at that, we got some goodies. Could be like filming this thing from a skyscraper or something. Look how much stuff is in here. What is this? Got filaments. What else is in there? Right, so let's have a look what's in our box of goodies. First one, what's inside of here?
1 hour later.
What the heck is this? Subscribe?
Please like the video or else.
Okay, in the second box of goodies we've got... Why are these boxes so difficult to open? Okay, let's have a look. It's a spool holder, power cable, and we got some PTFE tubes. And box number 3.
Hello there.
What is this? Is this some sort of toolkit? What is it? Oh, it sure is. Look at that. Got a nice little scraper. You got these clipper things which you find everywhere. Hopefully they don't just break. Got a USB cable, which probably's got the slicer and stuff on it. Oh, look at that. We've got some Creality branded glue stick. What's this? Is that lubricant? It sure is. 5 grams of it. We've got a very tiny set of Allen keys. We've got a angled hex key and a straight hex key handle for this. And then just a few bits. Okay. This is a screen base. I don't know what this is. This is a touch screen, so filament swatches. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, okay. Oh, we got a spare hot end. Let's not drop it. You can see it's got Creality engraved on it with the part number. And it's got this nice copper tubing and thread over it. Unboxing wrench, look at that. I'm gonna be needing that. Mystery black box of Creality secrets is thermal paste, some unknown plastic component, some, what is that? Is that a heat? That's not a heat sink, that's just some rubber connector. Yeah, I like how they can't just put this in one bag. What is that? Oh, it's a scraper. I thought that was like a micro USB cable of some unknown type. And what the heck is that? Some micro PCB board, which I have no idea what it does so far. Okay, before we do something stupid, let's just make sure we read the manual. We got a qualified certificate. Okay, we got a bunch of stickers. I wonder if this 3D printing industry evangelist. 3D printing makes me happy. I am a maker. I print knickknacks. Quick installation guide of the K2 Plus. Method 1. Scan the Creality Cloud QR code of your phone. What do we need to... Okay, that's just instructions. Scan the instruction to get more instructions. No... It's left adhesive on my printer. I don't want to have to be cleaning this as I unbox it. Or you people better figure out a better sticky tape. Alright. Wow, that's got a lot of static on it. Okay. Oh, this looks like it's the top door, so we better not throw this. Okay, let's open the door. Now we have to somehow start removing stuff. We've got an empty bag for some reason. I like how they put plastic packaging on cardboard. That's pretty nice. We've got that premium Creality cardboard. Look at that CFS, that's how it's packed inside. We still got to get this thing out. Instruction calls for us to remove this thing and this thing. So this is what you probably need to use, because you can see it says unboxing wrench. So if it doesn't work, I don't know. That's on pretty tight. Okay, so the instruction manual says to lift it up. I wonder if we can just take it out the front. So let's have a try and see what happens. Okay, it seems like it's possible. What are all those boxes at the back? Now, I think this is just more empty cardboard. Sure is. Now, what's in the back? Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, look at that. We've got more filaments. Good use of the space. It's a pretty big printer. I mean, look at it. Now taking a look inside, a few stickers which says please tear off the sticker before use. We got some support brackets which we probably have to remove. The size of this plate, I mean, you can print some very big things with this printer. Okay, so now we've got to remove these. Oh, okay, we just pull them off. The parts are 3D printed, and I mean they look very good. Like, I don't see any visual defects on this. So, alright, the next thing we've got to do is remove the 4 screws, which you've got these arrows pointing to. These are for locking our bed to the rest of the machine, so during transport it doesn't move around. Well, my camera holder just broke. Phone is okay. Okay, now we've got to install our screen. Okay, it looks like there's no tape on it, so it just slides out. So the screen holding piece got this little notch in the top of it, and it basically aligns. So there's no way to mess this up. Align it like this. Now we've got to tear off the sticker, which will release our flex cable. Gotta put it through the hole over here, just like that. And you get your screen, you plug it in. Go, it went click, and it looks like you just slide it in across. And now you can move the screen and you can see it's pretty solid. It's not gonna come off unless you pull it. Now we've got the top glass, which we can put on. So it looks like to open it, you got this little tab which you pull. And Creality decided to put a piece of strong tape in the way, which prevents it. So it's not working as it probably should. Don't use a knife like that. Marks from shipping, which are hopefully only on the foil. Yes, very nice. Put it on. Hopefully it doesn't break. Very nice. Look. Okay, one thing I noticed is there is no protective foil on the glass, so it's actually pretty dusty and my dirt is from the factory, which I mean, if they could put a bunch of cardboard in foil, obviously, so it doesn't scratch, and if they could use this much foil, I mean, I'm pretty sure they could just use like a little bit of cling wrap, makes this much cleaner. But anyway, nothing a bit of cleaning products not gonna fix. Other than that, it's pretty solid, solid aluminium frame. So none of that cheap plastic crap. It's a very solid construction. If I drop this on the table, it'll probably go right through. Oh, look at that. It's like we do have some foil on the side. Look at this. Oh. That's actually on pretty tight. Okay, on the back of the printer, the port for plugging in the PTFE tubing. Looks like we've got an Ethernet cable, the CFS cable, power cable, waste chute. So here's the thing called the buffer. Here's the screws for it. And it goes right over here. I wonder if this is the correct way. So the spool holder screws are actually right over here. You just remove them. Okay, so with the new CFS, you get a bunch of PTFE tubings. You've got all the diagrams how to connect everything on the bags, which is very nice. You've got cables. And you've got a bunch of spares. So. Here we've got the Creality CFS. Looks like it's got these two little latches and then it just opens up. And here you've got your individual feeding tubes for each filament. What else? There seems to be desiccant packets which you have to open. Just a bunch of ball bearings. I think there's an LCD screen on the front. On the back we've got connectors. We've got, I assume that's power. And we've got the output thing that attaches over here. So let us place this on top of the printer. Now let's connect it all. First cable connects from there to there. The second cable connects from there to there. Next tube is this one. It's supposed to go from there to there. Next one is this one, labeled long. So into this one and into this one. Oh, okay. So if you want to use this CFS, you've got to use this one. So this one goes here. Okay, just like that. That looks like everything. So let's turn the printer around. Let's plug it in right there and power it on. You can hear the fans. You can see there's some lights blinking. Let's have a closer look at what's happening. Let's remove this. You can see a Creality logo. The printer is booting up. So let's see how long it takes. Looks like we can select what I believe is Chinese and English. So let's go next. Remove the 4 screws. That's done. Alright, so we got to connect to a Wi-Fi. But for now we'll skip. Alright, so it's gonna take around 60 minutes to check everything. So let's just set it up and see what happens. So having to wait for over 6 months to receive the printer and being told multiple times that it was getting delayed was quite frustrating. Okay, looks like it's up to input shaping now. Creality also didn't seem to like the meme I posted on Reddit. They seemed to remove it rather quickly. It seems like they wanted to sweep all criticism under the rug. The worst part was I had to use that old printer, which was a piece of crap. But considering I snagged a half-price bargain, it was well worth the wait. Once I received the tracking number from Creality, it arrived pretty quickly. It was very well packaged and the whole unboxing experience was actually pretty pleasant. There was no missing parts, no damaged parts, everything as it should have been. Until things started to happen. Not very bad things, but quite strange things. Some of them my fault, but some of them not my fault. But we'll get into that in the next video. This one is only about showing the unboxing process and the initial impression of how the printer performs. The printer has some very nice features such as automatic tension in belts, linear rails, self-leveling bed, heated chamber, large build volume of 35 by 35 by 35, front glass door and a glass top panel, solid metal construction, activated charcoal filters, nice elegant design, easy to access hot end, and the new Creality automatic filament system, which is very impressive. Alright, that's everything. This one on the side, that's pretty powerful. What about the back? Probably gonna be the exhaust fan. Okay, so that's where the home position is. So before we begin, let's just remove a few more stickers, like the one from the camera. There's also a little rubber cover over the camera, just like that. We can remove this on the back. Looks to be 2 stickers. Well, that's some pretty strong tape. It seems to have taken the color off with it. Interesting. In the back, I believe we got our chamber heaters and activated carbon filters. There is this little ribbon which you pull and you can remove it. You can see there's some little pieces of activated carbon to take the odor away. They probably won't last too long, but they're there. Now let's take a look at the new hot end from Creality. Just like that, it's held on by magnets. You can even see remnants of a fingerprint from someone putting it together. They had thermal paste and they left their fingerprints on it. I'm just wondering, is this bent? Seems to be much closer this side than the other side. I don't know if you can see that. Now, if you ever need to remove the extruder, you got instructions right there. So here is the user interface, which you can control the printer from. You can home the X and Y position. As this has sensorless homing and closed loop steppers, you do not have physical switches. So you can see it just knocks on the frame. So we are going to open up this filament that comes with it. It's 500 grams. This one is Hyper PLA red. You've got the temperature which is required on the packaging. So let's open it up and load it into the let's load it into the CFS. Inside we've got this lovely red color. You've got all the details on it as well, so you will know what the filament is after we open it. I've spotted a tiny little defect on the filament. Seems like it got pinched or something. You can see that. We just opened it, so I don't know, must be some problem with their machine on this particular one. We'll see if it clogs. It's good, we'll torture test it. Right, let's put it into the first bay. Right, I think it should be put in like this. We've got some part we're just gonna... There we go. We've got a nice end. Let's just put it in. And you can hear the machine starts doing something. So, okay, looks like it's now bed leveling. It's gonna take quite a bit of time. It's optional to choose this before each print, but because we're doing this for the first time, we might as well. It's probably twice as fast as what the previous printer I had was capable of. But I mean, that printer is like a whole decade behind this thing. Let's get rid of that. And, should theoretically let it cool down and it should come off, so maybe we'll check. Okay, it's cooled down now, let's see if it comes off. Yeah, see how easy that was? And wow, it looks very good. Like, considering the fact that this table isn't solid, it's actually moving a bit. That's very good. Like, I mean, minimal, like, defects. Just a tiny bit of plastic missing here. You can see it's a bit narrow, but I don't know if that's just this print or if they're all like this. But let's see what else it can do. After swapping filaments, I had a clog, and of course I didn't read the manual how to unclog it, so I removed the entire hot end. I thought the filament was stuck in there, but it's actually cut off by the printer, so I have to get this one unclogged. And here you can see a great failure where the extruder was pushing filament into the nozzle, which was clogged, which caused this mess. There was also this white worm inside the extruder, which could be a piece of Teflon tubing. When the extruder was being put together, a little bit may have sheared off, and it could have also caused this failure. The autopsy of the Creality K2 extruder resulted in 2 pieces of broken ABS filament which was smooshed and were a pain in the ass to remove from the plastic extruder pieces, as well as some weird Morgellon things like I said before. Now, the first modification I decided to design and print was a bin to catch all the waste. It was printed in red ABS and it came out perfect. There was no warping of any surfaces, there was no surface defects, it was just perfect. The only thing I didn't like was the brim, but that can be easily switched off in Orca Slicer. My design consists of 2 pieces, one which is mounted using the original screws of the machine, and the other which is the bin that slides right into that mounting piece. I had to modify the print by just cutting out a little section so the screws could stick out a little bit longer as they are quite short. You can see before this modification all the waste was going onto the ground and making a big mess. What the fuck? That's not supposed to happen. Uh-oh. Okay, we gotta turn the power off. What has happened over here? How the... How? What is this? That's filament. After putting the printer back together and having one successful ABS print, I decided to once again swap filaments. And it happened again. But this time it was my fault. I had an old filament which was labeled ABS, so I set the temperature to ABS. But it turns out this ABS for some reason used a much lower temperature. I have no idea why. And it caused this spectacular failure. That filament was stuck in there and it was not coming out. I had to insert the Allen wrench and hit the plastic extruder part multiple times for it to eject. I was a bit worried I may damage the plastic of the extruder, but luckily it all ended well. And I did mention earlier in the video that we would be torture testing the CFS. And as you can see, that piece of equipment managed to stretch this filament. It's no longer 1.75 millimeters in diameter. And lastly, I 3D printed this part out of ABS, which was scanned using the Scan Raptor and reverse engineered, but that's for the next video. And the part was very flat, no warping, it was perfect. You can see when cooling down the tension is pulling it off the build plate. But that's it for this video and this unboxing. Goodbye.